Season 11 Episode 12 Tea Time Teacup with Handle Hash. A new day on Oak Island finds the team meeting in the war room to discuss putting down some caissoons in the money pit area. Because of the flow of water into the garden shaft, the shaft was finished too late in the year to pinpoint the targets needed to warrant the use of caissoons this year. Also, the whole area is needed by Dumas in order for them to continue work on the garden shaft. Dumas has stopped the flow of water and has reached the 95-foot level at the bottom of the shaft. They are now ready to drill the first borehole into the bottom of the shaft in search of the tunnel the team believes to be there. As the team leaves the war room to get back to work, they decide they will leave the caissoons until next year. Guess that means a season 12. Later that afternoon in the southeast corner of the swamp, as Billy is digging, he comes across 4 large rocks in a straight line that, Craig says, is not natural, and he believes this to be an extension of the stone road. They can clearly see that this area of the road slopes towards the beach. Could it be there was a small wharf at the end of the stone road? Over in the money pit area, the team has begun the drilling of new borehole HI 6.75, which is just 2 feet from hole H8, where they once found pieces of parchment, and at 170 foot down potentially hit a chest or vault they believe they pushed farther down and to the side. Another core hits the table as they continue drilling to 171 feet down. Meanwhile, while in the interpretive center, the team meet Laird and Emma to get the test results of the coin and second bead found in the foundation of the circular structure on Lot 5 last week. The scanning results show the coin to be an English 1/2 penny with the head of King George visible on the right side and words in Latin on the left. Laird dates it around 1770. Emma believes the bead to be what was called a stretch bead, as the glass was heated and stretched into tubes and then cut into individual beads. They agreed the artifact is Venetian and was also used as currency. They decide the 2 beads should go to an expert to be examined. Another new day arrives and we find Billy again digging in the southeast corner of the swamp near the beach. Rick picks up 2 pieces of what Gary says is ancient fine Chinese pottery, blue and white in color. The pieces fit together perfectly, so are obviously from the same artifact. Rick then pulls a larger piece out of Billy's bucket. This piece Gary thinks is either a teacup or a bowl. Several more pieces are found and they will all go to the lab. Gary says, "This is a swamp tea party," and he is Gary Potter rolling on the floor laughing. Back in the money pit area, the team continued the drilling of borehole HI 6.75. They opened up a core to find a piece of PVC pipe, which can only mean the drill has gone off to the side and hit another borehole. Marty declares they will move the rig and drill a new hole. Meanwhile, Jack and Charles are on their way to Halifax, 50 miles northeast, to see an expert about the 2 beads found on Lot 5. They enter the shop of Philip Doucette, who upon examining the beads is 100% sure they are Venetian stretched glass. They were used in the 1500s to 1650s for necklaces and bracelets and also as valuable currency. Phil points out the beads were brought to North America by the Portuguese for trading purposes. Thanking Phil, they leave the shop wondering what else they will find on Lot 5. Thinking face. We return to the southeast corner of the swamp where Gary has just picked up more pottery different from the pieces found earlier. This pottery is black and tan in color and is glazed. More pieces of blue and white pottery is pulled up and all will be tested. Rick then digs out a piece of leather that looks to be the heel of a boot or shoe. Gary points out that the sole is attached but square-shanked nails, making it very old. Excited by the find, Rick rushes it right to the lab. The episode ends in the money pit area where Dumas has finally hit 95 foot down in the shaft and is ready to drill the first borehole into the bottom. They drill on an angle and at 95 feet they are crunching of metal, and Paul believes they have hit wood. Having drilled in 7 feet, they bring up a core that contains a tube of wood and clay 6-inch in length. Believing they may have hit the tunnel, Marty instructs Dumas to now drill in the north corner of the shaft. The wood will be C14 tested. Marty declares this would sample means, we are still in the game, so let's move on. Will they find a tunnel that leads to the baby blob and to the precious metals found in the water samples? Join us next week for, we hope, some answers, and in the meantime, questers, stay safe please. Thank you Judy for all of your hard work in the quest group.